So, welcome to our March mindfulness meditation. And as we march forward into the spring with great glee for many of us, I thought this would be a good moment to pause and actually kind of go back to why we even do mindfulness meditation or try and experience these mindfulness moments in our days. So, whether you're new to mindfulness or maybe a sometimes practitioner, or maybe you feel like you're a pretty experienced practitioner of mindfulness, I just thought it would be good to remind ourselves of why we do it and what it is. So, in its simplest form, mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment, being in the here and now without judgment. Not looking back, not looking forward, just being here now. It's really all we have when you think about it, right? Experientially. So being here in this moment. The idea is that paying attention without judgment, we come to know ourselves better, and we learn to deal with our lives in all that our lives present to us. And hopefully we do it in a way that is more calm and more accepting of whatever situation we find ourselves in. So anyone can practice mindfulness, but it is a skill, and it's a skill that improves just like any other skill you might be working on in your life, or you may have developed over time. And we aren't always very good at it. And then we judge ourselves, which is very anti-mindfulness. Especially at first, though, right? For some, this is a very difficult exercise, a very difficult practice. But for others, it comes more easily. So again, no judgment as to how easily you find yourself moving into mindfulness. We live in such a fast-paced world with information coming at us in so many directions from so many different places, making mindfulness more essential, but also more challenging. This is exactly where and why practicing mindfulness helps. The more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. Just like tennis or pickleball or writing or knitting or running or baseball or any skill that you've worked on or might be working on now. So let's take a moment and just think about the benefits of this and how it can help our lives. So research has shown that mindfulness can reduce stress and anxiety and depression, that it can actually help to reduce physical pain. It's becoming more integrated into medical facilities that deal with pain management. It can really improve the quality of your life. It can help reduce negative ruminations. We can get in these cycles where we think of negative thoughts about ourselves or about somebody else, and we just kind of dwell on it. We go down a rabbit hole, and it's not very productive. It helps us to cope better with unpleasant situations, whether they be social situations or work situations. And there are other benefits as well. But how does that happen? How do these benefits come to be? So by fully focusing on the moment, we are encouraged to recognize and accept what we are feeling, rather than trying to run away from it or ignore it or squish it down inside. This helps us to learn to manage uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable emotions. So facing those ideas, those emotions in our lives, and not running away from them makes us stronger and better able to cope. Mindfulness often makes us feel happier by disconnecting from external information, phones, radio, TVs, computers, etc., and purposefully focusing fully on yourself. Focusing on your body, How do your muscles feel? Is there tension going on? How's your temperature? Are you uncomfortable? Do you have a fever? Are you feeling cold? Your thoughts, your emotions, without judgment. That's such a key piece of this. Just noticing, but not judging, not evaluating, not analyzing, not criticizing, just noticing. You begin to release this negativity, and you begin to embrace more positivity. So when, how, where, how do I make this happen in my life? Seems like it's going to be too hard. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. So together, when we're together in our experience here, we often engage in a mindfulness meditation that I lead you through. But you can bring mindfulness into your lives in other ways. Remember, mindfulness is all about slowing down and focusing on the now. Forgiving yourself, just focus on now. So anytime that you slow down and unplug, and don't try multitasking, which many of us try and do on a regular basis, you can focus on the here and the now. You can notice your surroundings. What are you hearing? What are you observing? What do you smell? Everyday tasks can also be time when to be mindful. Brushing your teeth, walking your dog, folding your laundry. All of those moments when we're just focused on one thing give you the opportunity to be mindful. Unplug, be in the moment, and notice. And if your mind wanders, which our minds are designed to do, just notice and return to the here and now. Don't judge yourself if your mind wanders. Don't judge yourself negatively. Don't criticize yourself. I mean, practicing daily would be amazing. But even taking small moments in your day, small little slices of time, try not to make mindfulness practice a new stressor in your life. Try and find ways that it organically fits into your days. So let's practice a little mindful meditation today. So if you're not already sitting really comfortably in a chair, or maybe you're laying on the floor, wherever you find yourself. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes, or maybe you just softly gaze off the tip of your nose toward the floor in front of you. And just take one deep breath in through your nose. And let's exhale it out through our mouth. And notice when you do that, how your shoulders travel from way up high to lower. You're already starting to feel less stress. So let's take another deep breath in. Exhale it through your mouth. And just notice. Notice in the space where you find yourself, what do you hear? Maybe it's really quiet where you are. Or maybe you hear some sirens or some horns. Maybe you hear the noises of some animals nearby. Maybe somebody else is in your home or in your whatever space you're in, and you hear them moving about. Just notice, but be here in this moment. The past is not available to us right now, and the future is unknown. So we really just have this moment. Feel your body beginning to really relax. Muscles are being released. Your mind is quieting. You're being here for yourself in this moment. Maybe you're hearing something different that wasn't in your sound sight, in your sound space before when we first talked about that. I just heard a wind chime out on my back porch. Just being here, just giving yourself this gift of time to just be without any doing. And as you start to re enter the space in which you find yourself, maybe your gaze finds more of a focus. Maybe you're starting to open your eyes now. And just notice how you feel right now versus how you felt when we first started to talk together today. And I hope you found a little bit of calm, a little bit of peace. And I hope that you can find your way to incorporating some mindfulness in your days. You would really benefit from it. I know I do. Thank you so much for joining us today for our marching into mindfulness experience.